Great-grandmother Lizzie McAvoy is from Alpha in the Jagalingu country, and my great-grandfather is Charlie McAvoy, and he's from the Wangan country. We are most definitely the people from that land, and we didn't give any consent for anybody to take that land, sign it away, or give it to anybody, not at this stage in time, not while we still have a question of sovereignty in this land, and that sovereignty has never been ceded. There was no war, there's no contract, there's no deal, and we haven't given our land to anybody. Not now, not ever, not to Adani or anyone. I'd like to pay respects to the traditional owners on whose land we stand, just like they haven't ceded their sovereignty either, and they continue to fight for their law and their culture from this land and where we stand. We see them practicing their culture on a daily basis. You can see the strength of the language that continues from their ancestors all the way down to today, and the meaning of that and the purpose of why we can speak for the land. You speak for the land when you speak your language, when you name the things that are on the land, when you speak it directly to the land, then you bring life to the land. We are the original people from that land. Our tribal council is the only authoritative body of people. We're the only group of people that represents that country. Not the 294 people that they keep spruiking about that was at a meeting that was stacked by a bunch of people who have never ever claimed our land, and they keep talking about this. Matt Canavan and everybody, they all like to have their little party, and they all like to think that all the neocons and all the capitalists in this world that want to go in there and rip the guts out of our country, they think they can get away with this. But this is not going to happen. You know why this is not going to happen? Because you are people of good conscience, and you have moral fortitude, and you understand what's right and wrong, and this is why you've come here tonight, to stand up against Adani and to stand up against capitalists and neocons that want to come in this country and rip the guts out of this land and steal the water. The water to us is our dreaming, the Mundanjara, the Mundakara, which is the rainbow serpent. It's a story that is right around this nation. It's told by over 500 different groups in our land. And the story dates back to the beginning of time, when the water first came from the middle of the earth, and when the water came from the heavens, and when it met here, and it became part of the land. Everything comes from water. We all come from water. We're from water. We spend 9 months in water. You know what I mean? We belong to water. Without water, we don't have life. And my great-grandmother, she's the water people. They're the people from the water. And she married my grandfather, he's the fire, the Buri people. And that's why they come together traditionally, and they married that way. And so this is the problem. With no water, then the fire is going to sweep through that country, and it's going to burn everything up, and it's going to consume that whole country, and all those pastoralists and all that land is going to be under fire, and it'll be turned into a desert. We've got to protect the water. We've got to stop Adani from taking that water. We've got to stop the government from allowing them to open up the Galilee Basin. We've got to press the government. We've got to keep telling the government, take away those leases. Don't let them have the water. And you as people with good moral fortitude and your conscience will tell other people that you can stop this. You have the freedom of political communication. You can keep talking about this government or what this government's done. I'm just totally appalled by what I've heard here from Larissa and how they've done that in government. They've done the same thing to us. They changed and amended the native title legislation with the McGlade decision over in Western Australia, where the full bench of the federal court over there said that you needed to have a consensus and not majority rules. And the federal government with George Brandis ended our court case. And then they shut our court case down, and they amended the native title legislation. That's why I'm up for $600,000 in court costs, because the government, everybody ganged up against me. So these are the people you're dealing with. You're dealing with these people up here. They're all in bed with the capitalists. Okay, and they don't care. They don't care about the small people in this world. But you people are the ones that make the voice. You people are the ones that are going to change things by you standing against this tyranny. This is tyranny. Government's trying to tell you what to do. You have to stop this. You have to stop him. And voting is not doing it. You have to jack up to get results, and you got to do it from your conscience, in your heart. You're standing with the land, and that's what I'm doing. I don't speak for any man. I speak for the land, and the land was there first. And the law is in the land. And our law is based on the animals and the trees and the plants and our ancestors. It's been there since time immemorial. And I've always said this on every occasion when I speak, that we are the first in law, we are the first in time. You can't usurp the sovereignty of the tribes if people have been found to be operating under their own system of government. Now we're operating on our own system of decision-making processes, and the Wangan Jagalingou Family Council are the one and only representative body. Not the Native Title Tribunal, not 7 applicants, not 294 people, but the ones who stand in their law. And we stand in our law, and we stand strong in our law. And thank you for your support. Please feel free if you like, grab a t-shirt if you like, and help me with you can donate to help me get rid of this bankruptcy that Adani's trying to chase me down. I know it doesn't matter, I'm just a poor black one from the bush. I can go back out the bush and find something to eat. But you know, the thing is, we're going to keep fighting this. We're going to fight this system here that tries to beat down your voice. And when you get together in many numbers and you speak loud, they're going to listen. They want to know what's going on. So please articulate what it is that's going on. We're being controlled by a system that wants to take away your voice and destroy the land and where you stand and take away your livelihood. Your livelihood depends on the land. Free air. You want to have free air, fresh air. You want water that you can drink. You know, you don't want the water poisoned and polluted by coal mining. That is the worst thing that you want. And once they've fractured that aquifers out there, the water table is 400 meters down. And once Adani taps the aquifers, he will poison and destroy all of the waterways from there all the way down to eastern Northern Territory, New South Wales. And it will be poisoned all the way out to the Great Barrier Reef, along the Ballyando River, and out to the Burdekin, and out to the Great Barrier Reef. And once there's a disaster of that magnitude out there in central Queensland, it will turn into an inland desert. And I'll tell you something, everything will be poisoned. There'll be nothing left for anybody. Now, you have to stand, and you have to stand strong against this foreign company that wants to come in here, and they want to buy out people in the social construct that we live in. They want to try and pay our people to come along and do like a little monkey act and try to make out that, you know, they're doing the right thing by traditional owners, by Aboriginal people. They don't even care about their own people in their own country. What do they care about Aboriginal people? They don't care about our land, they're going to trash it. So, thanks for all your support, and it's good to see so many faces here, and just keep fighting, okay? Be strong, and stand against Adani, and stop that mine from going ahead. Thank you. Bye. Always was, always will be.